Hi, thanks for coming to my channel. This is Midnight Moon Tarot and I'm Diana. This reading is for the astrological sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, or anywhere in your birth chart that Cancer might appear. Also, if you're new to my channel, I'd like to take just a second and invite you to subscribe and click that little bell so that you're sure to be notified whenever I upload new content. Also, in the description box below, you'll find links to my social media, my Patreon, my PayPal, and links to some really cool things on Amazon I think you guys will like. Okay, so this reading is for June 20th through the 30th, 2020, keeping in mind that all tarot readings are timeless. So whether you come across this reading right after I upload, a week, month, or even a year from now, if you feel drawn to watch it, most likely you'll find a message for you within the reading. If you feel like it doesn't completely resonate with you, keep in mind that this is a generalized reading. And if you know your other planetary placements, like those I mentioned at the beginning of this intro, then you can listen to your other readings for additional messages as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and calibrate these cards to the astrological sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, and ask our angels, guides, and ancestors for any love messages for Cancer for the last 10 days of June 2020. Spirit, what love messages do you have for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the last 10 days of June 2020? Spirit, what love messages do you have for Cancer for the end of June 2020? Spirit, what love messages do you have for Cancer for end of June 2020? And one more time, I think it'll be good. Between readings, I cleanse the cards as well as I smudge them, I use selenite wand, I meditate and pray over the cards, and I feel like, some people say you don't shuffle enough, some people say I shuffle too long, but I generally just shuffle until you get that feeling that that's it. Okay, so that's what's going on. All right, now I'm going to divide these into three. All right. And the card on the bottom of the deck, you'll see as soon as I do, it is the Four of Wands. Awesome. Okay. Now this Four of Wands is exactly what it looks like. It looks like a celebration of a relationship. It looks like a happily ever after type ending, and the Four of Wands indicate soulmate relationship, the 11-11 thing. Yeah. Okay. Now for those of you who are new here, I do four columns. All right. Yeah. Now the first row relates to you, what you may have recently been going through, things that you're thinking about, feeling, currently dealing with, and things that are coming towards you. The second column is the same thing, only it's for your beloved, your intended, your twin flame, soulmate, karmic partner. This could be an ex, it could be somebody you just met. But generally it's the person that you are thinking of the most, the one that's on your mind when you wake up in the morning, and that last person you're thinking about when you go to sleep at night. The third row has to do with obstacles, challenges, fears, anxieties, blockages, things like that. And the last column is outcome. Now I've just laid out 2 cards in each row. And I'm going to do this 2 more times for a grand total of 24 cards. So by the time we get to the end of the spread, we'll have a pretty good idea about what's going on. Okay, so yeah, we immediately get 2 twos. Okay, that's kind of reminiscent of this. You have 2 and you have 2 here, yeah. But both of these cards are about decisions. Both of these cards are similar in that aspect, but it's talking about, where you're going to have to make some pretty tough decisions here. Yeah, it's a lot of a lot of things going on here. You want that relationship where you have that reciprocity, where you have that equal give and take, where you have that equal love and respect for each other. But at the same time, you're feeling kind of like you're going to have to make this decision. Is this right for you? Is this what you want? Is this where you want to go? Is this what you want to do? Now, you know, we have this eclipse coming up on the 21st, lunar eclipse. We just had one back on June 5th, and we have another eclipse coming up July the 5th. It's eclipse season. There's also a solar eclipse thrown in there. Now, what is happening here with these lunar eclipses, especially in relation to Cancer, as well as different retrogrades and stuff, they're revisiting your house of relationships, and it's making you reconsider things that you're thinking about happening or are inevitable to happen. These eclipses make them happen. It's like, just get it the F over with. Just, you finally reach a point where you just are, you know, you're unsatisfied. You're going to look at this situation from your head over the feelings that you're having in your heart and what it is you want, or whether it's like your pride, or it's going to take away from, you know, what are people going to think, or because you don't want somebody else to be with your partner. You finally get to a point where you realize that you're going to have to make a decision. Okay, I'm going to take a break here, and I'm going to turn my air conditioner on because it's very hot. I'm in an attic in this great big old 150-year-old house, and it was okay up here for a little while, and now it's getting kind of warm and toasty. So I'm going to turn it on, so you guys hang on 1 second. I will be right back. Okay, I'm right back. That's a lot better. All right. Your partner. We have this communication. We have a point where maybe they are feeling like they don't trust you. They are also kind of in a sentimental and kind of a mourning type I don't know what the word is, funk. Okay, they're still kind of mourning over a lost relationship. Now, in the last reading or so we had, the last couple of readings, it's been showing that maybe you were a rebound for your partner. I don't know if that was true or not. It could be the reason maybe why you're feeling a little dissatisfied. You know, like I was saying, with these eclipses, whatever is inevitable, the eclipses are going to make it happen, like right now. Okay, so you're going to be faced with, you know, just being a little fed up with this type thing that's been going on with your partner. You're tired of hearing about their ex. You're tired of hearing of not coming first. You're wanting that kind of thing to go on in your life. It can be making you feel like you're having to check things out. You're having to make sure maybe something isn't going on between the two of them, or it can make your partner, because they're feeling distrustful of you, they're kind of like looking for an excuse. They're looking for that easy out, okay? And I'm sorry about these sirens. I live near a very busy intersection, okay? All right. Let's see if they're going to pass. Yeah. So it's going to make you feel like, you know, you want to keep your eye open. You're gonna watch and see what's going on. You want to make sure before you make, you know, that drastic of a decision. You know, a lot of times when we have these astrological influences on our life, you know, retrogrades and things like that, if you just wait them out, things smooth over. But like I was saying, with the eclipses, especially during eclipse season, like I said a minute ago, things that are inevitable, it just goes ahead and it makes it happen now. So if you're meant to be together, you will stay together. If you are not meant to be together, this is the period of time where you're definitely going to be kind of fed up with it. All right. And your obstacles and challenges are that you were feeling kind of locked down. You're feeling like, you know, you're a little afraid to move forward. You don't really want to know what's going on. And at the same time, you're sick of carrying these doubts with you. You want to be able to put them down. Really and truly, when we get to this particular column, and I say this often, and that law of attraction, which I'm a very big believer in, when you focus so much on what your fears are, you can actually manifest these fears into reality. Okay, so just be careful with that. Acknowledge them for what they are. Either overcome them, step out of them, release yourself from the self-imposed prison of your own fears and phobias, and go ahead, put this down, quit carrying it with you. You're a beautiful person, you are a sensitive person, you are a very loving and nurturing, empathic person. All cancers are, but at the same time, there's a different side of you. Just like, you know, the ocean, you're ruled by the moon, your moon child and stuff, and you are in control of these tides, and they can come in and erode a beach away till you have all these jagged cliffs. It's very powerful. And you know, so where you may have been quiet and meek and sensitive and loving and nurturing, you're finally reaching this point where you're not having it anymore, and you're gonna let them know about it, you know, but you don't appreciate it, you know, that you deserve more. And with this, these cards couldn't be more different here. So you have the Ten of Pentacles as well as the Seven of Cups. And that Seven of Cups, that's about debauchery, that's about overindulgence, that's about being in all these different, you know, stuff. You may feel like your partner is dabbling with many different people or several different people, that they don't have just you as their interest for this connection that they have. If they do, then they want to be with you, but also behind your back they still want to have these like side chick people, whatever you guys call them these days. I'm an old woman, I don't know the vernacular, so to speak. All right, so yeah, you have this little situation where, you know, this is what you're being promised, but this is what they're doing. So they may be entertaining or talking to, or you know, actually having overly flirtatiousness going on. Maybe they're in their DMs, maybe something like that is going on. But you know, and I talk about the Seven of Cups a lot, and you know, the Seven of Cups, look, and I particularly love the Thoth deck. And there's a little wasp in here if you guys see him fly past. Okay, so yeah, you can see in these cards. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, if you can see this, like this is from the Thoth deck. Aleister Crowley had this beautiful deck made. It was my boyfriend's favorite deck. Yeah, he gifted this to me. It's now one of my favorite decks, sentimentally, and because after I've used it for a while, I've really begun to just love it and connect with it really well. I may start using it for some of my readings in the future. But if you look really close, this is the Seven of Cups. And you can see all this green slime and sewage and gunk just falling from it. This looks so much sweeter and nicer here. It's like you have your person is like looking at all these other things and wanting them and desiring them. But the truth is, when there is that much going on, and there's that much going on, it's really just garbage. It's like It's just gross. It's sewage. It overflows into your life. This is very completely different than the Ace of Cups that you would generally be feeling in your romantic relationship. This is causing you to feel somewhat disgusted at the whole thing. Where you really believe the things that your person had been telling you and promising you and offering you. When you listen to all these channels about narcissists and things like that, they call it future faking, if you're familiar with that term, where they promise you things and they keep you hanging on, but the whole time they're doing other things behind your back. It's something like that. And with these eclipses and retrogrades going, you're revisiting what it is they're offering you, and this is the actuality of what they're actually doing. This is what's actually going on. And when you get through this eclipse season, you're going to be able to see that and recognize it for what it is, especially, when we get around the first week of July or so. Okay? Yeah. This reading's going a little more deep, and so it might go a little bit longer. All right, now in your second set of cards, we have the High Priestess as well as the King of Pentacles. So yeah, still it looks like you're still dealing with that earth sign person, that Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn person, which normally for a water sign can actually work. There's a lot of bonds between the two of you. But this is the kind of relationship where you should have been friends or just stayed friends, that the passion and the romance doesn't stick around for long and you just become, comfortable with each other, so to speak. And therefore your other person tends to start maybe looking other places, but you being a more romantic and an empath, you latch on to those sentimental feelings. I'm sorry about these. Yeah. All right. Okay, so we have the Seven of Pentacles as well as the Eight of Pentacles in your partner's column. In your obstacles and challenges, we've got that Nine of Cups and the Death card. And in the outcome, we have the King of Wands. Two cards want to come, so I'm going to put those down. And, it's actually four, so I'll set these aside as well. The Six of Swords, and then we have the Queen of Cups as well as the Queen of Wands. Okay. All right. Now, we're getting over here, so yeah, I already went through these. This King of Pentacles, this earth sign that you've been dealing with, this is the person that's really in your heart, and this is the time that you're going to have to, really think this over. You're going to have to come to terms with the reality of what the situation actually is versus what you want it to be versus what you're being told it is. And to have a lot of deep thought, prayer, meditation, find out exactly where this relationship is going. If you're just being toyed with, what is your future with this person? What could it possibly be if you are involved with this person? Where is it going? Not just what you want it to be, not what they're telling you to be, but to look at it from a higher perspective and figure out exactly what it is. All right. Now, your partner, definitely. You're seeing that, they've been planting these seeds in your head, and they've been, like I hate to say like a child molester, or I guess a different abusers and things like that. They groom these people. They groom you. And I would say that maybe in this situation, you would be the child being more naive, innocent. I'm not talking about being stupid or anything. I'm talking about just being loving and trusting and expecting that other people are going to be that way as well. One time I had a boyfriend that was an alcoholic, and he didn't have a drug problem or anything like that. It was alcohol, and it was very severe alcohol, and I've never been around an alcoholic ever. And what we would have problems that would arise and I want to discuss things or talk them out, I would expect this person to respond like a normal person, and they're not able to. So I didn't know that. And this is kind of basically what it is. So, you know, this person has been like looking over this relationship. The person's been like trying to take advantage of you by grooming you, so to speak, by making you feel, you know, like you are this very special person, and not that you aren't. It's just that this person is the predator that you've been dealing with, and it's not something you want to hear, and it's not something you want to face, but it's the truth. And you know, this has been a lot of hard work for them, but they're looking for that payoff for some reason. And you know, it's going to be a lot of hard work for you as well. But when you get to these eclipses, you're going to see that this love that you thought you have, that's really and truly incomplete. You're not the Ten of Cups here. You don't have, I'm so sorry about all that. I really need to fix that. No. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, we have the Death card, and it just, you know, it talks about into relationships. This is you coming to the realization that, you know, no matter how much you're giving, no matter how much you're putting out there, no matter how much you want that give and take, it's always going to be unbalanced. It's not going to be exactly what you need it to be, and it's just time for you to decide if you are going to, this is your outcome, move away from the situation. And the Six of Cups talks about journeys over water. Well, you're a water sign, and this is you definitely moving. And the swords here are about communication and, you know, speaking up, saying your piece, you know, not getting upset about it, just a sense of acceptance about it. This particular eclipse season for earth signs, it's going to make them speak out. It's going to make them a little more aggressive. It's going to make them say things that they don't necessarily mean just because they feel frustrated and aggravated. And this is you finally having enough of the situation and saying, okay, that's the way you feel. See you later. And as you do this, you know, this could be a couple of things here. It could be you with a lot of fire in your chart, or it could be a new love interest that's coming into your life that sees you for what you are and is recognizing you for what you are, and they are playful, and they are adventurous, and they are sensual, and they you know, they really have this deep attraction for you, and really something that you could be working. Okay, these cards that came out, yeah. So here you are, you precious Queen of Cups, and yeah, you could become this Queen of Wands to this King of Wands here. Yeah, this shows me that this could be very well a new relationship that's coming up. You know, they talk about, you know, don't leave you alone too long. They say this a lot about Cancers, because Cancer, you know, requires a lot of love and attention, and if your partner is not doing it, there's somebody else who's going to, and they're going to come along and do that, and they're going to like heal you, soothe you over, you know, tide you over, to make you feel like the queen that you actually are. I'm so sorry, you know, I've had like 15 friend requests since I started recording this. Okay, now when we get to our last little set of cards here, we have the Four of Swords as well as Justice. Okay, in your partner column, we have that Three of Wands as well as the Wheel of Fortune. In your obstacles, challenges, we have the Eight of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. And in your outcome, we've got that Seven of Wands as well as Queen of Pentacles. All right, I might pull another card or two here. All right, so yeah, this Four of Swords, yeah, take that time out that you need. You had this Two of Swords in here earlier, and you have the Justice card. Both very similar cards Sorry, I'm getting too close. I'm screwing up the light here. But yeah, it's time for you to make that decision. If you've had enough or not yet. Okay, you might not have. You might, hold out hope that things will work out. But you have to look at it realistically. You've got to take this time on your own to decide, what it is. When we have this Four of Swords, back in the day, the soldiers would go away to war, and when they would come home, they would sleep on top of a coffin that they built for themselves before they went off to war, and they would contemplate about how precious life is, the things that they've been through, the horrors they've been through, the things, that they've been. You have got to figure out, what it is that's going on with you, and make that decision. It's going to be hard. Nobody said it wouldn't be. It's going to be hard. It's going to be a hard decision. But, you've got Justice as well as the High Priestess here. And you've got to, you got to draw on those inner reserves of prayer, that thought. You need this in your life. You need this kind of respect in your life. Yeah. And you're going to have to, use your heart over your feelings at this time, because you can get swept away in your feelings and in your emotions a lot of times. Now, in your partner, we have the Wheel of Fortune as well as that Three of Wands. And so this shows me again that this person is somebody that just really expects you to, to take care of them, to whenever something goes wrong, you're there to pick up the pieces. But when things are going right for them, they're out doing their own thing, or, entertaining other people, like that Seven of Cups we were talking about. Obstacles and challenges. We have this Eight of Wands, this really strong fire energy that's coming in. You have that King of Wands coming in. You have you as the Queen of Wands, especially if you have a lot of fire in your chart. And I feel like you do. This, like I said at the beginning, this reading is not for everybody. Pick the parts that do. But this particular message is for a water sign. That is for you, Cancer, that has a lot, maybe fire placement in your chart. And, you're going to be able to, let this person know, let your earth sign know that you're cutting it. That's all you need to hear. You're just ripping the Band-Aid off, get it over with kind of situation going on. All right, and in our outcome, we have that Seven of Wands and we have that Queen of Pentacles, and you are basically, like I said earlier, really, really tired of defending this relationship. You're tired of hanging on as their Queen of Pentacles. You're tired of that energy. You're tired of having to explain it to your friends. You're tired of them being absent in your life when you have your high points. They never seem to be around. They seem to, only basically have their own needs is what's their priority. All right, I'm going to just reach in here and pull another card. And we got this Ace of Wands. So yeah, you have a lot of that Wands energy coming from. This King of Wands that's coming into your life. This is somebody that's going to offer you a lot of wisdom. They're going to offer you a lot of love, passion, security. This is a person, you're going to go have fun with this person this summer. You're going to, take a step back from this relationship that's been smothering you for a while, and I would say, the better part of a year, and you're going to be able to relax, let your hair down, enjoy this person's company, and just, let it go. And you're, okay, and I'm going to pull just one more, and of course, we have the Six of Wands. So yeah, this is going to be just a really great relationship for you. Yeah, and you're going to feel so much better, having let this go. All right. Okay, Cancer. Well, that is your love reading for the last 10 days of June 2020. And we're coming into Cancer season coming up really soon. And a lot of you guys would be having birthdays and stuff like that. And I just, I want to tell you guys how much I appreciate you. And I really I'm here for you guys. I appreciate all of your comments, likes, shares, subscribes, and those of you that have written me letters and emails. I always answer you guys back. I always answer you in the comments, except for the spam and the really vulgar comments that YouTube, you know, holds back and doesn't publish. But I see those. Okay, I want you to know that. Yeah, all you spammy people. Okay. All right. Cancer, I love you. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.